Welcome to Edinburgh, the Scottish capital. In this Edinburgh travel guide, I'll be showing the top attractions such as Edinburgh Castle, Calton Hill and much more. I'll be trying some amazing Scottish foods, there'll be some great discounts, so hit the subscribe and let's go. Breakfast was delicious. I had the Eggs Benedict with hot smoked salmon, and I chose that because the Pantry is renowned for its Eggs Benedict. It was cooked really well, I really enjoyed it. My partner had the Vegai, which is a vegetarian full breakfast, and it comes with vegetarian haggis. I've never tried it before. It's got a really soft texture, really full of flavour, very spicy. Yeah, really good actually. The Pantry is about a 15-minute walk from the centre of town, and you can't book a table, so it just works on a walk-in basis. It's open every day from 9 AM to 4 PM. The Royal Mile is the most popular street in Edinburgh, and it's in the heart of the old town. It's very touristy, you have lots of souvenir shops, visitor attractions, walking tours, restaurants and bars. I definitely think it's worth a visit. It's really beautiful. You have the cobble streets and you've got these narrow staircases leading to different places, which makes you feel like you're in a different era. I've made it to Edinburgh Castle, which is the city's most popular attraction. You can't miss this iconic building in Edinburgh skyline. I'm most looking forward to the 1 o'clock gun, which was originally done to allow the ships to set their maritime clocks. It's done every day except Sundays. Castle is a huge museum where you can see the honours of Scotland, the most powerful cannon Monsmeg, enter St Margaret's Chapel, the Great Hall and other museums. There are limitations on number of visitors and you can only visit by booking in advance online. Tickets cost £15.50 to £18 for adults depending on the time of year you visit, and it's open 10 AM to 4 PM in the winter months and 9:30 AM to 6 PM in the summer months. The area behind the castle in the old town is called Grassmarket. This bustling area of the city has lots of restaurants, bars and great shopping. It's also the area where you have Victoria Street, which is a must-see if you're a Harry Potter fan. This colourful street is rumoured to be the inspiration for Diagon Alley, which is the magical shopping street in the Harry Potter books. You have all sorts of tours in Edinburgh, such as the Harry Potter Magical Guided Tour, a Ghost Bus Tour and even a haunted underground vaults and graveyard tour, which includes Greyfriars. To see what tours you can do in Edinburgh, check out Get Your Guide. I will leave the link in the description. And it only took about 5 minutes, and you have some great panoramic views of the city. Up here you have the National Monument, which is inspired by the Parthenon in Athens. You also have the City Observatory and Nelson's Monument, and there's also a restaurant up here too. It's a really popular spot to enjoy the Hogmanay fireworks, and many of the August festival events take place up here. And it's a great place to enjoy the sunset too. Greyfriars Kirkyard is known as the most haunted graveyard in the world. It's most famously known for a little dog that's buried here called Greyfriars Bobby. He was such a loyal dog that he stayed by his master's grave for 14 years after his death and wouldn't leave. It's also popular with Harry Potter fans, as you can find many recognisable names from the books such as Tom Riddle and McGonagall on several tombstones. For all you vegetarians and vegan lovers out there, you have to check out Hendersons restaurant. It's only about a 15-minute walk from the old town, and it has a really cool vibe and a really interesting decor. I had the miso glazed aubergine and my partner had the mushroom cobbler. Both were really delicious, had really interesting flavours, and it was really cool to see vegetables as a main star of the dishes. Holyrood Palace, or Holyrood Palace, which it's sometimes called, is the Queen's official residence in Edinburgh, and it's found at the end of the Royal Mile. It was built about 500 years ago and is best known as the home of Mary, Queen of Scots. It's open from 9:30 AM and closes at 4:30 PM in the winter months and closes at 6 PM in the summer months. Tickets for adults cost £17.50 to £18.50 depending on the time of year when you visit. Next up is Arthur's Seat, which is actually an ancient volcano and forms most of Holyrood Park. It should take about 45 minutes to climb up, and it can be a bit rocky at parts, so I've worn my walking shoes and wrapped up warm as it's normally really windy at the top. I'm looking forward to the amazing views at the top.
Saw you paint a picture of a face, a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love.
Next up is the Scottish National Gallery of Modern Art, but on my way I'm going to stop off at Dean Village, which is a beautiful little village about 10 minutes away from Princes Street, and here you had mills of various kinds, remains of which you'll see today. It's really picturesque, nice to walk around and take some pictures, and if you follow the walkway by the Water of Leith you'll get to the impressive Dean Bridge.
Like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same, I'd give you the world like I promised I would. Even though you wouldn't do the same. Had this conversation more than 10 times. After 9 I still wish you were mine. Haven't ate in 7 days, 'cause
The Scottish National Gallery of Modern Art has two galleries, Modern 1, which I'm visiting today, and Modern 2, which is unfortunately closed currently. It has some of the greatest art in the world, including masterpieces by Raphael, Rembrandt, Turner and many others. The most comprehensive part of the collection covers the history of Scottish paintings, including Ramsay, Raeburn and Wilkie. It's open daily 10 AM to 5 PM and admission is free. Booking in advance is recommended. I've just finished off the day with dinner at Café St Honoré, which is a restaurant that specialises in Scottish food cooked in a French way. The decor is very Parisian, very romantic. It's quite expensive, but it's definitely worth it for a special occasion. The menu is quite small and it changes regularly. On the menu you have steak, pork belly. I chose the vegetarian option, which is mushroom belly, and that was cooked really well. So I arrived in Edinburgh last night from London, which took about 4.5 hours. I took the train, which was super easy, and I used a rail card, which gives you about a third off selected rail fares. And the train station Edinburgh Waverley is right in the middle of the old town, which is super convenient.
If you are flying in, you can take a bus, tram or taxi into the centre of town. Taxis normally take about 25 minutes and cost about £20. All the main attractions are conveniently located and so easily to walk to most things, but if you do need to travel around in the town, you do have buses and trams. I think the only time you probably need a car is if you're leaving Edinburgh and exploring the rest of Scotland. Anyway, I'm starving, so I'm going to head to the Pantry for some breakfast, which is recommended by Topjaw. I can't wait. So I stayed at the Fraser Suites in Edinburgh, and the location was amazing. I couldn't fault it. It was less than a 5-minute walk to the Edinburgh Waverley station, and it's literally just off the Royal Mile, and everything was within walking distance. The hotel itself was really nice, the room was comfortable. I had a kitchenette in my room which had a fridge and a microwave and a kettle, but there was also coffee and tea making facilities downstairs in reception. They even had a gym on site. It cost £90 per night for 2 people, which I didn't think was bad considering the location. I think you probably could get something cheaper if you were to book in advance or look at Airbnb, but I left it quite late.